What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Let's Learn. Today we're going to be looking at Bad Blood by Bears Den. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, basically what we do here is we listen to a song for the first time and then we try to learn it by ear, and I explain my thought process as I go. Right, so if that's not what you're looking for, you may want to look somewhere else, but if you want to learn how to learn stuff by ear on your own, stick around. Here's a little secret, actually. I just recorded this entire Let's Learn and I forgot to record it in the any of the audio. So whatever, we're gonna pretend and do it as if it were the first time. All right, so queuing up the song right away here. Okay, so just from that much, that tells us a lot. There are two things that we're listening for here. The first thing is those bass notes that goes boom, 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 boom. Right, so that first note sounds like a C to me. And then the next note, boom. Well, basically what I do is I just sing a little scale in my head. So like boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh, that's just a third away. So a third above C is an E, so that's second fret on your D string there. So you've gone 3 on A, then 2 on D, and then it just sounds like it goes down a whole tone, which is just an open string. So that's cool. Now the other thing that you gotta listen for here is those high notes. Right? It does the root, and then it goes boom, 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 and so on. And one of those high notes is telling us a little secret. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay, that first one, right? It's going. That first note, it sounds like that actually rings through the second note, right? So what that means is that rather than being like, that first note keeps going, and what that tells us is that this note and this note, they have to be played on two different strings. Otherwise, this note's going to get muted, and we don't want that. So, where else can we play this note? Well, 3rd fret on your E string is the same as 8th fret on the B string, right? So we can go, right? And that sounds okay. But then, if we're going to do our roots, there's nothing crazy like that going on. C, right there, 3rd fret on the A string is the same as 8th fret on the E string, right? So we've got boom, and then that note is the same right here, and then just down 2 frets. Basically, what we're doing is 8th fret on the E string, 8th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the A string, and then 5th fret on the A string, and then we still have that note, and we still got that note. So let's make life easy for ourselves. Let's take our capo, slap it on 5, just tease it on there, make sure everything sounds kind of okay. Good enough, right? Good enough, YouTube. So what you're going to do is play that root, and then your open string, and then your second note, right? And that looks an awful lot like a G major at that point. So what you can do is just play your root, play your high note, play your second note, which now is 3rd fret above the capo on your B string. Right? Pretty easy. Do it again. Do your next root, which is 2nd fret above the capo on the A string now. Your high notes, just open that up. High notes, right? And that's all there is to it. So you got this. Right, that sounds pretty good. Now let's listen again, because I think there are a couple other notes in there that that we can add in to make it extra pretty. Okay, I hear this note a lot, which kind of makes sense, because what we could do then is this top bit starts to look like, basically, by the way, this is 2nd fret on the G string. This starts to look a little bit like a D major chord. Look at that bad boy. Can you see? Maybe. Alright, well, whatever. Trust me, that looks kind of like a D. So if we just do that over those bass notes that we had, then we do thumb, and then thumb on the G string where we just added a finger, and then the high notes. that sounds pretty tasty. Now we're gonna do one more thing to make it that extra little bit of musical love right there. Okay, so what I like to do is watch this hand for a second. I do my thumb, and then I do my thumb again, and then I'm gonna pluck both these strings, and then I'm gonna go up a string. I'm gonna pluck both these. Right, so I've gone. Like I get a little sneaky look over here right now. Right, and that sounds lovely. So let's do that. Right, not too complicated. I mean, whoa, actually, let's refocus the camera. This is my focus face. Alright, so now that we know how to do that perfectly, let's play along with the verse a little bit and then we'll get into the chorus.
Me out. That I tried to fill. But I lied just to keep your feet on the floor and to keep.
Okay, you get the idea. Right there, that's a little pre-chorus thing happening right there. All it does is go back to that one. Right, so we did wolves from the door, just back to that, and then into the chorus, which, as everybody knows, is the best part of the song. It always is. Actually, let's pause the video so we can do a little break. Alright, so we got our verse down. Let's look at the chorus.
Forgive me, for I am not acting myself, but these bees in my breath have to come out.
Alright, so as always, just listening to the roots, I hear, I'm sorry that I am not acting myself, but these bees in my breath have to come out. So basically that's just a third fret above the capo, which I'm going to call G, right? Because we're going to do a G major chord, and then A, which is open string, A major chord, B's in my breath is on a D, so you just do a D major, and then back to the G. Right, now you may notice this doesn't look like your normal G, which is kind of like that. What I'm doing here is I'm doing it the same way that I'm doing this shape in the verse, right? When I'm doing this. Right? Just for the sake of continuity and for having it sound sort of like it fits a little bit better with the verses, I'm going to do this kind of G. I'm sure it has a name, but basically it's like a D major shape, only I've taken this guy off. Alright, so these are still there, and I've put it on 3rd fret on the E string. Right? So I'll play with the recording here, and you can hear how it all fits together.
So give me no reason to doubt your word. I still have my reason. I'm sorry, I don't mean to scare you at all. I'm just trying to drain all this bad blood.
Now we're into the pushed chorus. Right, so there he G, D, A. So G major, D, A. Still A. And back into the verse. Alright, we're already pro with that part, so we're just going to move on. That's actually all there is to this song. Even at the big dramatic ending, it just keeps doing the G, D, A thing. Right? That's pretty much it. So, we'll pause the video one more time, and then we'll make a quick summary, and then we can all go and eat dinner. And, yeah, that'll be pretty good. Okay, so to sum up, basically your intro and verses are a little bit like a D major shape with capo on 5th fret, except you're going to take this finger off so that you have an open E string. So you just have these notes down, and then your roots are... Right? So with these guys down, remember, you're going to do thumb on your low note, and then thumb on the G string, and then bottom 2 strings, and then move up a string and do those 2, right? So, and then your next root is this note, 2nd fret on the A string. Do the same 2 string thing again, and then open that up. All right, so right, that's your verses. The pre-chorus is just staying on this root and plays that a couple times. Into the chorus you have D major, G major, A major, D major, D major, G major. And then when you get to the post-chorus where he goes, this bad blood, that's just G, D, A. Okay, and that's it. So now you can play that song like a pro, which is cool. Use it to impress your friends. And that's it. I will see you next time.